My name is Antonio Pinheiro. I'm a professor of hydraulics and hydraulic works in this department, the Department of Civil Engineering and Architecture. And starting in the beginning of this 2023 year, I became the head of the department. Nowadays we have about 100 faculty members, permanent faculty members, and we still have 16 more of non-permanent members. And regarding the students, we have about 2,000 students, including incoming students from the international programs, students of the PhD programs, but most of them, they are in the bachelor and in the master programs that we offer. So nowadays we offer bachelor and master programs in civil engineering, and we offer an integrated master of 5 years in architecture. Regarding the PhD programs, we have our own programs like civil engineering and architecture, and we have participation in other programs. Well, a student should choose Técnico Lisboa, and more specifically speaking about the Department of Civil Engineering and Architecture, because regarding civil engineering we are ranked, according to some international rankings, as the best course of civil engineering in Portugal, and in fact we are within the 10 best courses in Europe and within the 50 best worldwide. To choose architecture, I think the course speaks for himself. It has had a huge success, and so students are looking for the course of architecture. I think that's a good point for the new students to consider the attractiveness that the course already has to the students of the past years. We also have a very experienced faculty, and with that experience we can provide the students with very accurate explanations about the different topics that we teach in the different courses. And we can also tell the students what is going on in research in the different areas, because in fact most of our faculty members are very active researchers as well. Together with this, we are in a process of renewal of the faculty, and I think with the hiring of young professors it will be still easier to reach the students and make them understand how important civil engineering, architecture, environmental, territory subjects that we teach in the different courses are for the students for their professional life in the future. Well, regarding the Department of Civil Engineering and Architecture, I think the rankings and the reasons that I presented in the previous question, they speak for themselves, but I understand that for undergraduate students it may be difficult to understand the importance of the rankings, whereas for students of the doctoral programs this is a much more clear and important issue to consider. So I would say that for the students coming for the bachelor degrees, I think that Técnico has such a good brand that is recognized worldwide. And nowadays, with the globalization of this profession, of the different professions of engineering, I think it's always a good idea to obtain the degrees in schools that are recognized internationally, in Europe, worldwide, if possible. So Técnico responds to that issue perfectly. And another point is that, well, we in the department, we offer very good conditions for the students. For instance, we have a good support in the informatics area. The students, they can have access to a laboratory of informatics where they have support for the informatics issues. We have very good experimental laboratories in the different scientific areas of the department, and overall I think that the professors, the faculty members, either permanent or non-permanent, they are very supportive of the students as well as the staff of the department. So it's a good idea with all these things together to come to the Department of Civil Engineering to study. Well, in that area we have to follow the directives of the IST Learning Board. So the decision is that the bachelor degrees, they are taught in Portuguese, and the master degrees are taught in English whenever a student that is not fluent in Portuguese is in the classroom. The PhD programs, I would say that most of them they are taught in English because we have so many international students that all the courses are taught in English permanently. Regarding the bachelor courses, there are no optional passes, and so the students that get into are admitted into one of those bachelor courses, then they have to follow the pass. But regarding the master programs, we have different possibilities. So, starting with the civil engineering, we have, as I have already mentioned, different specializations: structures, construction, hydraulics, water resource, geotechnics, urbanism, transport and systems. And so the students may choose those specializations, and within each of these specializations they still can choose different optional courses or different minors. Either the optional courses or the minors allow the student to get a more broad knowledge about different topics, or to get more specialized in one of the topics that they are more interested in. In architecture, the integrated master does not offer, like in civil engineering, different specializations, but they have a quite reasonable number of optional courses that allow the students to follow different paths along the integrated master. So overall I would say that the possibilities are as wide as they are in the civil engineering. Regarding the PhD programs, we are receiving nowadays students from many countries, from many universities with different backgrounds. So what we do is we have courses here that intend to level up the knowledge of the students required for them to be able to start with the topic of the thesis that they want to make. Well, I can tell you that most of our students that leave the department after finishing their degrees, they are very successful with the brand of Técnico in obtaining rewarding and attractive positions in different companies. And so some of them they have been very successful. I know some of them that nowadays they are leading Portuguese-based companies in the area of civil engineering consultancy, or in some other areas of consultancy as well. And I know some others that, for instance, they have become full professors in foreign universities in different countries from Europe. So this type of successful careers, I think in a way we can say that they correspond to the dream job that you have mentioned in your question, because I suppose that they follow their goals and they achieve very important positions according to the goals that they have proposed to themselves when they have finished the courses. So the advice would be come to our department with a strong will in order to meet new colleagues, knew the Portuguese way of life, knew the department way of teaching civil engineering, architecture, environmental engineering, territory engineering, and so all these topics that I have already talked about. And of course, come with the will to meet the Lisbon way of life, because Lisbon nowadays is a very attractive city for tourism and also from the cultural point of view. So I think if you stay here for a few months, I think you'll have opportunity to find out how interesting Lisbon can be. So, and last but not least, I would like to tell you that you should come with a strong will in order to get as much knowledge as you can in order to start professional life with success. Well, regarding research projects, as our department has very different areas, we have also very different projects that can be interesting from different points of view. So I will start with the project of my scientific area, the Fit Hydro, which is already completed. This project was about the development of fish-friendly innovative technologies, and within the project we have developed solutions, methods, tools and devices that helped to find the way to have a more friendly hydropower production in the different countries of Europe. So another project is the landing, which is about the land use and cover change in continental Portugal. Within this project we try to identify the driving forces that cause the changes starting in the early 80s up to the present, and with that we try to set the future scenarios, different future scenarios, and we are concerned in those future scenarios to try to understand what those changes will cause regarding the emissions and the greenhouse effect of those emissions in the atmosphere. Another completely different project, it's the Bike R, about metropolitan cycling networks, where we are trying to develop a tool that may help in deciding the investments necessary to upgrade the cycling possibilities in 18 municipalities of the metropolitan region of Lisbon. We have another project, for instance, the Mid Risk, which is a project about developed retrofitting solutions for reducing the seismic risk, and also those solutions should be analyzed from the cost effectiveness point of view. So the idea is that we are in Portugal we have areas of high seismic risk, like Lisbon is, and we have a lot of old buildings, so we must consider what are the measures necessary in order to reduce the risk in these buildings. So we must find the solutions, but at the same time we should also think about the cost of those solutions. And if this is a successful project, we believe that it will help to reduce the risk in the many cities of Portugal where the seismicity is an important issue. And finally, I would like to talk about the durable FRP project. This project it's about the use of fiber reinforced polymer composites in civil engineering structures. Within this project we are studying the durability of these new materials, which is a very important aspect, and we would like to produce new design criteria and recommendations that allow their use in the near future.